The ultimate goal that we are aiming towards is not having to need any groups like the Magenta Project. We all want to aim for a world where it's completely normal for anybody to do anything if they're capable. But there are some challenges that we just can't overcome unless we change rules.
Even though the guys had accepted me, it was very much on a one-off basis. So, yeah, okay, you can sail around the world, but girls can't really. So I thought, well, we're not going to get anywhere with getting girls on boats unless we change something. So I came up with the idea of an all-female crew, really to prove once and for all, you know, that girls can sail around the world.
For me, Tracy Edwards and Flore Hartout are my two heroes, and they're the ones that inspired me and gave me maybe the bravery to actually think I could do it one day as well.
I always wanted to do the Volvo race. Everybody was saying no, 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 no. It was like, you are too small, you are a girl. So I really tried to focus like, I know it's a no for now, but it will be a yes.
There's quite a lot of work to be done, a lot of input from those of us who are here and those women who are going to be here in the future. For me, the first step in my pathway was getting an engineering degree and being lucky enough to go to Cambridge University, and I still use that to this day. Pathway for me is really important. There's a step like before you start your career, which is really important as well.
I'm Mariana Lobato. I'm a Portuguese sailor. I started sailing the Optis. I did for 20s, for 70s. And then the Olympic campaign, I went to the Olympics in London, 2012.
I always wanted to do the Volvo race, the ocean race now. It was hard because everybody was saying no. It was like, you are too small, you are a girl. I decided I want to do this. I know I can be good, but I will try to improve my skills to have the best version of myself. I tried to learn more about navigation, electronics, hydraulics. I did some paramedic course as well. I really tried to focus like, I know it's a no for now, but it will be a yes. I need to work on this.
Number 2 on the pathway is getting opportunities and accepting them, or being able to sell yourself, promote yourself. I managed to do that, managed to brave up to actually doing things that I wasn't sure I was capable of doing to get on that ladder.
I had the opportunity to sail and be part of the Magenta Project, to sail the M32s, GC32 on the Extreme Sailing Series. And that was really important for me, to learn and get the opportunity to learn. Then to step to the other boats, as with Sam Goodchild on Layton, Ocean 50, to sail and to get that experience as well. And then sail again on Volvo 65 and then IMOCA.
I always aspired to kind of take my career towards ocean racing. I didn't actually start ocean racing until 2009. So I'd been living on the boat for 10 years, realised that actually I could just race that boat. And I did the Offstar, which is from Plymouth to Newport, Rhode Island. I kind of wanted to go the next step to a more competitive fleet, but also more international. I sold my beloved boat and swapped it for something half the size, a mini.
And then I think step 3 is being in this amazing world of sailing and mini transats and Figaros and crude sailing, and now I'm skipper of Initiative Care and about to do my 4th Vendée Globe.
And then after 2013, it seemed to be a bit more of a problem to keep progressing because personally I couldn't afford the next boat. And raising funding for sponsorship is exhausting and demoralising at times. So I kind of took a bit of a different route, and I ran somebody else's Class 40 for a while and raced double-handed with them. I found that difficult because it wasn't meeting my own objectives. I wasn't able to develop the boat in the way that I wanted. The performance wasn't what I was looking for. And it was a good lesson because, you know, it really taught me that I need to drive my own campaigns. I thought, I'm not sure I have it in me to make the next step, because trying to acquire an IMOCA would be a big deal. At the end of 2018, I discovered that Super Bigu, the year 2000 IMOCA that I raced in the 2020 race, was available to charter for only €2,000 a month. But the person who took it on had to renovate it. I decided I could fundraise as I went. So I took out a £25,000 loan, I opened a crowdfund, I signed a contract, and here we are now.
It's just incredible. I'm so happy to be starting a race with these amazing people and amazing boats. This is good.
We need to be confident with what we want and what we want to achieve and where we want to go. And normally people think, oh, I need to be good on this and then on everything. No, that's the mistake. Good example with the ocean race last year with biotherm. I didn't know Paul at all. I messaged Paul like saying, hey, I am Mariana, I'm Portuguese, and I want to do this race. Are you looking for a team? Let me know. Well, and then he answered, I am looking for a team. It was magical.
The ultimate goal that we are aiming towards is not having to need any groups like the Magenta Project or any kind of groups that are specifically engineering access for a minority group to get into sailing or whatever it is. We all want to aim for a world where it's completely normal for anybody to do anything if they're capable. But, you know, that's not where we are. You know, there are some challenges that we just can't overcome unless we change rules. So, for example, we talk about the kind of inshore boats that are very dependent on power, but also having huge amounts of weight sitting on the side. Well, of course, you're always going to choose a big, dense person over a teeny-weeny person for that. You can't change that. But if there was buy-in from various different classes, there are ways to change it by making your crew numbers versus crew weight different, just subtly changing things to allow people who are competitive, who want to win, to pick a more diverse range of crew, because they're not just looking for a big, heavy bloke.
I remember a conversation that the guy said, I know it's good to dream, but you will never make it because you are too small and you don't have like the support you need and blah blah blah. And I said, no, I'm gonna do this. I went to the Olympics. It was good. It was hard to get to that. But in 2013, Tamara Echegoin, she asked me to sail with her on Match Racing Worlds. And we won. And that was like the peak because it was a gold medal. And I remember that the guy said to me, you will never achieve that. And then I achieved that. And that was like, I did it. That was amazing moment. I think it's more about like the mentality. We need to change the mentality, but that's hard.
The IMOCA is a beast. It's an absolute beast. There's a huge amount of power in this boat, and it doesn't matter. Your physical size doesn't matter. You cannot muscle this boat around. You have to sail this boat with your brain, which means that we can all race on a level playing field, and that for me is brilliant. And I'm not interested in a women's title in this. This is about the title, and I think everyone in the fleet feels the same. But also, I think because there are more female skippers in the fleet, We're also seeing it's completely normal to have female team managers in the Mocha fleet. And the thing about ocean racing in particular is it's a combination of many, many skills, none of which can be attributed to a physical size.
It's good to have sponsors, teams, having girls, women on board, and not on board, but on the project, because as I said, it's not only us as sailors that keep the project going. Now we can see more women on the teams having big roles, and that's very important, and we can see that is working. People can look for that and we can make the difference. You cannot give up just because the other said you cannot do this or we can't take you anymore. So it means that's not the way to go. You need to turn right or left and keep going because you'll find your way.
Don't undervalue your skill set by comparing yourself directly to your male counterparts. You might not be as physically strong, but you might be better with data analysis. You might be tactically better minded. For everybody, for every single person, this is hard work. I think there is still a need for women, and it's not just in sailing, it's across the board. There's still a need for women to prove their competence because it's not assumed. I would encourage any women coming into this sport not to be shy of telling people what they're capable of. For me, it's always internal. It's always this massive internal belief that I have more to give as a sports person, that I want to challenge myself more. My internal mantra is deeds, not words. Stick me out there on the water and look at it.
I'm not sure we should force it to be 50-50, but we should be able to give the women who want to be here and have the talent to be here the opportunity to be here and the credibility and everything that goes with it.
I just want to go, oh, well, it's okay because the Magenta Project is dealing with that. Actually, everyone should make these nurturing spaces, not just for women, but for anybody that wants an entry to the sport but isn't from kind of the usual group. The way to change things is to help women or minority groups to upskill, to give them safe spaces where they can be encouraged, nurtured, given confidence, an accelerated learning path which will enable them to integrate with other teams with confidence.
There's things that we need to do as those of us who are here. If we prove that we can win and if we prove that we can do this just as well as the guys in every aspect that's needed in competition, for our sponsors, for representing the sailing world, those of us who are actually here need to do all that to prove that, yes, the future generation should be here.
People are looking for something different, and having projects with women that are inspiring their brand can be a different thing.
It's quite a lot on us. I'd love to be able to support other people and bring my experience to the next generation. I think we're getting there.
The good news is things are changing.
Times are changing, yes. Normally we are just seated waiting, and no, we need to move, and if you really want, just go for it.
People don't just open doors for you to walk through. Get a sledgehammer, make your own door.